And you look at the 20-year war in Afghanistan, obviously, and it's something to speak to, our servicemen, our troops, there were 20 years there of successes that did happen, at least 10. You could at least say 10 years successes, maybe 10 years too long, but 10 years of successes. People were there for a reason, and these guys all fought and put their lives on the line for a reason. But unfortunately, a lot of people are going to judge this by the ending. You know, it's kind of like a movie. If you see a movie, the movie can be great until the last scene, and at the last scene they blow it. You'll never think of that as a good movie. You're going to be like, well, that was horrible. I'm afraid that in many ways, as someone who, like you, who was involved in the very early stages of this, people will look back and just remember the ending, when so many people did give up their lives to not only protect American interests, but to at least do their best in what their mission was at the time.
Such a good analogy, and to keep to that analogy, I would say let's not focus on the end of the movie. I think that there are so many redeeming characters in this movie, and what I would say to every single man and woman who fought in Afghanistan, you won for us. You gave us a victory, and that victory was stopping terrorism from coming into the United States. That was their goal. They were sent there to make sure that there wouldn't be a safe haven in Afghanistan, so that the terrorists would never be able to do another 9/11. They wouldn't be able to come at us. We took the fight over there instead of having the fight come to the United States. And the American military won that battle. They did everything right at great cost, incredible sacrifices, limbs and lives. And I think that what we have to remember is that it was the politicians at the end that messed this up. The politicians who decided to keep our men and women there and to change the goal. The goal was no longer just about fighting the immediate threat to U.S. national security. The State Department was sidelined. USAID was sidelined. We have to think through these issues more strategically and figure out what part of the U.S. government should be involved. We have a whole huge mission at the United Nations. Maybe it's the U.S. at the UN should be much more involved in getting the UN to do it. Now, we know that the UN does not function unless there's U.S. leadership, but maybe we adjust our goals and we only include the international community and say, let's do the best we can. And I think that we have to drop back and remember that the goal is just to have U.S. national security not threatened.